Hello everyone, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Space Marine. Haven't played this in a while, so I fired it up and, did the obligatory spend 10 minutes seeing if a server still works. Found a server with 3 people in it, perpetually waited another 10 minutes in the server, no one happened, so I just swapped over to Exterminatus, where there was no one else either, so I just made my own. Bit depressing really. But here we are. So I'm going to go with the chain sword as my signature weapon. And we're going to do a bit of slaughtering. As you can see, I'm playing as a Night Lord. Ave Dominus Nox. Hail the Lord of Night. Also, I've forgotten. How do you... I've forgotten the controls. Okay, squares melee. Okay, it's hold down X for jump pack. Tapping it once and double tapping it just makes you do a retarded little bunny hop. I see now. I see. Now, why aren't these humans running? Is the question I want to know. Orcs I can understand not running. Even these piddly Gretchen, but I do not understand these humans not running. Should you not have transhuman dread? Pathetic Cadian guardsman, should you not be reeling in your boots at the sight of a traitorous Starkey's tearing your comrades to ribbons with his possessed chainsword? Better luck next time, I suppose. Maybe these guys are like, just so rock hard determined faith in the Emperor that they don't run away. Or maybe the AI isn't coded to handle, in-game lore such as that. Or maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Who knows? Who can tell? All this and more on this episode of Exterminatus. Dun 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 dun. I fucking love the Night Lords. Ave Dominus Nox. One thing I don't get is, when every time someone makes a Night Lord skin in this game, they always add the trim of gold armor when the trim with gold instead of red, which is what I have it here. Just a minor petty niggle. But yeah, aside from that, what should we do? Well, I'll tell you what, as I honestly just fired up this game to see if it worked and then decided, I have my recording equipment plugged in anyway. I suppose what's to do is we'll do the obligatory talk about 40k, because hey, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's what the video's about, it's what I'm about. Well, not all what I'm about, but you know what I mean. So let's have a look. At the time of this, the trailer for Horus Heresy Book 5 Tempest just dropped today. Had a look at that. Got to see some artwork for Gilliman, or the fancy Warlord Titans that they're going to now make people, buy. They're gonna just when I saw the thing for Warlord Titans being rumored around, like pre-Heresy Warlord Titans, I was just like, and they're gonna get better money out of this, because I think they'll be like £1,000 each, and then you will have people out there that will buy it. So just to have a Warlord Titan instead of scratch building their own, and it's a kind of interesting. It goes back to the old marketing system. Either you make 200 copies of something and sell them at $10 each, or you make 200 copies and sell them at $100 each, or you make one thing and sell it at $2,000. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean, even if my maps is absolutely terrible. So it's kind of a legitimate scheme. I mean, why make hundreds of something and charge, minimal amount of money for it when you can charge maximum amounts for one thing? You'll still have people that will pay for it, so I suppose it's all good. What else? I am excited about that book though. I like the Ultramarines. As a Legion, I think the Ultramarines are my third best, in my top favourites. However, as a chapter, they kind of let themselves down with their own lore, but that's not really the Ultramarines' fault. It's just how people portray the canon written about them. So, no qualms with them. No qualms with any of the Legions, actually, except for Lorgar's Faggots and Fulgrim's Ultra Faggots. I really don't like those Legions. I think they're disgusting. But then, that is just me. In regards to the old traitor Legions, I'm a fan of the old Night Lords here. reckon the Night Lord. If I had to do a Forge World army, it would be either Raven Guard or Night Lords. Probably Night Lords, because the Night Lords have more model options available. See, isn't it lovely when I just start talking? I just start talking absolute bullshit and start ranting, and my mind just goes into own magical places. Isn't it beautiful? Oh well. Now, back to killing Imperial Guardsmen. What else? Horror. Well, not horror, seriously. What else 40k related is happening a bit recently? Not much really. I've been pricing up to see if I should actually finally get round to... Because I've been interested in 40k for years, but never actually collected an army. I tried to do a force of Catachans and Blood Angels, but I got as far as like one battle force and then never bothered to do anything with it. So I was pricing up, you know, trying to get into it, seeing how much it would be, and it's bloody expensive. To be honest, I would think it's actually cheaper to actually do a full-blown Horus Heresy Forge World force, like do a full Forge World force. As it's actually, even with shipping and handling from the States, thank you controller, I really need to turn notifications off. Even with shipping and stuff from the States, not the States, bloody hell, from Britain, blech, bloody States. I was thinking of a different thing I was looking at there. It actually comes out to be cheaper than doing a 40k force, which is interesting when, you know, Forge World actually becomes cheaper than Games Workshop images. It kind of shows you something, doesn't it? Now, but aside from that, nothing new really to report on a personal 40k level front. I know it's been out for ages and it will probably be very dated by now, but I only just read about how Warhammer Fantasy ended, and I thought that was a bit interesting. It was like, everyone hates how Games Workshop refused to advance the timeline, so they went, screw you, we're advancing the timeline, and guess what, we're ending the timeline just to fuck with your heads. So, you know, eat shit, you guys. And it wins with Chaos winning and everyone dying, which is just abysmal. It's sad and a bit abysmal. But hey, isn't that the old purpose of it? Isn't it the fact that everyone's just gonna die and turn to chaos, so there's no point of anything? I think it was like... yeah, it was like... Well, I was reading the Talos books, not the book, the Night Lords anthology, which my brother bought for me ages ago. I was rereading that the other day, and I was looking at it how, you know, basically the Night Lords are just sort of accepting, and a lot of them are accepting, well, this war, you know, is never going to bloody end, and all that's going to happen is eventually, you know, the Imperium will rot and die, and then we'll all rot and die. And it was really grimdark and depressing. And even for a traitor warband, it's pretty depressing. Good old shooter boys. Good old shooter boys just doing their shootery thing. Thank you, shooter boys. Just gratefully appreciated. Stupid shooters. What else? Not much, really. Pardon me. Been reading more of the Badab War books. I've nearly finished them, actually. I've been re-going over them. Because how I start is I read the fluff, then I read the rules, then I go back and read the fluff again. It's just how I do it, because I usually end up forgetting a lot of the fluff by the time I've forgotten the rules. By the time I read the rules. So, but yeah, really good. I love all of the little odd chapters that are in that, in the Badab War. Seriously, like Firehawks, Raptors. You know, the only chapter anyone, you know, anyone who doesn't intricately know the Space Marine chapters would recognize would be the Salamanders. I mean, Astral Claws, even the Astral Claws and Executioners and stuff are still pretty out there when compared to some of the others. I think a lot of TG guys and stuff like that, who my brother is a proud member of, would definitely know about, you know, the Lamenters and all of those good chapters. Well, so I learned something a bit cool about the Firehawks. Apparently, according to my brother, who knows 40k way more than I do, the reason the Firehawks eventually became the Legion of the Damned is because their chapter ship, their main chapter ship, the Raptorus Rex, was actually the Fidelis Rex, the Word Bearer's main battleship during the Horus Heresy, and it ended up being recaptured and converted into a loyalist ship. However, it was still possessed by demons, which is why the Firehawks ended up just getting lost into the warp, which I thought was quite a neat little touch. I kind of seemed a bit bullshit how no one, you know, a Space Marine chapter wouldn't notice the chaotic influence inside their own starship, but, you know, thought it was pretty cool nonetheless. Let's just shoot more of these dudes, I suppose. Capture all points in 20 seconds. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, die. I'm a Night Lord. Ave Dominus Nox and things. Do love the Night Lords though. They're my favourite of the Traitor Legions. I would say it would be Night Lords. Oh, it's a difficult one actually. I know I've probably talked about favourite legions in 40k videos before, but it's a nice topic to always come back to because everyone has their opinions on it. They change as they learn. It changes and moulds as you learn more fluff. Favourite of the Traitor, original first founding legions, definitely would be Night Lords, Death Guard, World Eaters. Honourable mention to the Sons of Horus, but I hated what they ended up becoming. I honestly hate the Black Legion. I just think that they're pathetic and former shadows of what the Sons of Horus originally were. I like the Death Guard though, even though they do end up just getting screwed over. But Night Lords. I think everyone universally likes the Night Lords. A lot of people, even like people I know who are renowned loyalists, you know, you go, oh, never betray the Emperor and blah 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 blah, and all the, you know, all that sort of garbage that they spout on about when you're playing games with them. Even they say, some of them, well, all but one of them say that they like the Night Lords as well. I find this quite interesting. I wonder what it is about the personality of the Night Lords that make them more likable than others. Is it their fact that they refuse to, you know, they don't, you know, follow chaos, they just use it as an instrument or scrub it completely? Is it the fact they fight for, they believe in justice and, you know, true justice in the galaxy, and which is what they originally were founded on fighting? Is it the fact they use fear as a weapon and that intrigues people because of the mechanics behind fear as a weapon? Is it because they're just a bunch of, most of them are just a bunch of murderous scum, is what appeals to people? You don't actually know. Could be a combination of all. Could be the fact that they have a really badass Primarch, even if the Primarch was insane and had multiple personality disorder. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, 290 kills is pretty impressive for a single Night Lord when actually fighting armed resistance in a fair fight. Reminds me of that line from Voidstalker, I think it was, when Talos was talking to Zal and the other members of First Claw, and he's going, and they're talking to Octavia, and they're like, and she's like, well, how are you going to take down all the Red Corsairs on the ship? You know, if it's a fair fight. And then Siron immediately steps up and goes, no, it won't be a fair fight. We tend to lose those. And that, I think, epitomizes a bit of the Night Lords. It's like, they're never going to have something that's going to be a truly fair fight. And if they do, then they know they're going to lose. So that's probably why probably a lot of reasons why everyone likes them. They're dripping with personality and character. And they have struggles and flaws, and you know, while they're evil, they've got the whole evil psychotic bastard thing for the people who like that side of it. They've got the tragic anti-hero side for them if you like that as well. You don't really, you kind of got a bit of all. Unlike the Black Legion, which in my opinion are completely one-dimensional. But then you can also say that of the Emperor's Children as well. All of these, you lovely Traitor Legions. Don't you just hate them all as they burn in the warp? Wasting 10,000 years, not doing anything much. Ah, oh, what beautiful times. Also, these guardsmen, seriously. When does a guardsman with a chainsaw, unless he's Scythius Cain, rush into close combat with a traitor Astartes and expect to win? It makes no logical sense. Yay, point captured. Now die. Doesn't make any sense. And die, Psycho. Seriously, how come the Imperial Guard have this many sanctioned Psychers? I don't mean to be rude, but some of them should have exploded due to warp things by now. Especially in proximity to the warp rift over there. And wouldn't that ruin all Psychers? Or am I overthinking it and you're just saying, it's a video game, slaughter more guardsmen. You're a Night Lord, keep shouting Ave Dominus Nox and, you know, skinning guardsmen alive with your chainsword. But I think I'm a bit more sophisticated than that. I like to ask the in-depth questions about the nature of guardsmen and stuff. I don't know. Don't know where I was going with that. I do love 40k though. It's just an awesome universe to set stuff in. And I kind of wish that they'd set more stuff in. I know apparently I haven't been paying attention, but apparently Storm of Vengeance was absolute garbage, and the few 40k games recently have been complete garbage. But you know what? I still kind of think that more things should be set in the 40k universe because there's so many opportunities. A first-person shooter where you play as a guardsman, an RPG where you play as maybe a member of an inquisitorial team like Dark Heresy. Used to play a bit of Dark Heresy. Me and a couple of friends had a thing set up. It was pretty good. Even played a couple of rounds of Deathwatch. Played a... Who was I? I was Tellius Calstero, a Marines errant apothecary, who also was pretty good with a Stalker bolt gun. He did some pretty mean kill shots. Yeah. A lot of fun. I wish they would bring back more, because, I mean, I know the license is pretty well protected by Games Workshop, but they should really do some cool things. First-person shooter would be great. Another third-person shooter, even if it's not a sequel to Space Marine, just a third-person shooter. You could play as anything, really. Would be pretty, except maybe Dark Elder. Ugh. The game about them would suck. I don't think anyone would want to play that. But a game about... you could do lots of things, really. Probably would be Imperial, because I think people mostly respond to Imperial. But a game, even a game... Actually, that would be interesting. A game where you play as a Chaos Marine would be pretty cool, and you'll rise from, you know, just another Chaos Marine to the leader of a warband or something would be pretty cool. I don't know, so many unique opportunities. If Games Workshop would, you know, open themselves up to them a bit more. It'd make them money, give them a bit of publicity. Honestly, don't see anything wrong with the idea myself. Yay. But yes, all is well. Up, ammunition. Ave Dominus Nox. Now, a while ago, I was talking about legions, wasn't I? So let's go over for a larf. Before I start talking about every 40k game that should be made from a first-person shooter where you play as a, I don't know, Space Marine of the Astral Claws chapter to... Gee, an Astral Claws one would be... A game set in the Badab would be badass. No tangent. Stop talking about what games could be and talk about what games will be. Eternal Crusade. I'm hearing more and more things about that. Even signed up for the newsletter the other day. Really promising. Really looking forward to it. It's actually one of those games that's making me consider ditching my next... Well, not ditching, but I mean... Not ditching as in selling, but ditching as in not buying any more games for my next gen console, and actually buying a proper top-of-the-line gaming PC. Because I reckon Eternal Crusade and a few games that are coming out would be really good. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them. Ooh, Ultramarines. They died easily enough in the Heresy. And these Finnbloods prove no challenge. If I actually had working power armor. Hurry up, power armor. Yeah. Just die, you bloody Ultramarine. Get the hell away from me, you fin-blooded swine. One down. Yeah. I'm a Night Lord. I don't tend to try and fight Astartes in head-to-head combat because it never works. Go away. It never works. Right. Let's just hold up. Wait for my Mark V armor to recharge. I know it's actually a Raptor armor, but I like to believe it's a Mark V set. Right. Get off. Chainsaw. Stun. Chainsaw. He's not... he only just swapped to his axe just before I cut him in half. Ah, beautiful. 3 Ultramarines dead this night. Glorious. Alright. Yes. Pistol, 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 pistol. Stun. Try and smash him. Chainsaw his guts out. Yeah! Perfection. Ave Dominus Nox. I know this commentary's been absolutely schizophrenic, and it's what you should expect from me, because, to be honest, holding one single coherent thought is quite boring at times. But you have to indulge me. Now, carrying on, I was talking about legions, in regards to Forge World, and what loyalist legions would interest me. Well, I'm definitely more of a loyalist than a traitor. I definitely believe, even though the Emperor is a massive asshole, he is the right sort of asshole, and he's the one that you need. But, well, legions. Favorite? Blood Angels. Bloody hell. Blood Angels, Raven Guard, Ultramarines. Now for top 3. Least favorite of the original legions? I'd honestly... It's kind of hard to decide, but I would say there's a close tie between the Iron Hands and the Dark Angels. Dark Angels, literally, because I don't know much about them, because their canon and stuff as part of the Legion's nature is so secretive that there's not much real plot released about them. So I kind of don't know their organization or their structure or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to like a chapter you don't know anything, or Legion you don't know anything about. And the Iron Hands, because they're just a bunch of assholes, to be honest. My honest opinion, they're a massive bunch of assholes, really. Their whole flesh is weak thing is completely wrong and absolutely stupid. While their Primarch is a really good guy, and I like Ferris a lot, I think his Legion itself are a massive bunch of clots. Especially in, like, Veritas, if you read some of the Horus Heresy novels. Veritas Verum, what's the one that's basically a Lovecraftian horror story in disguise as a Horus Heresy one? That one with... I can't remember the name, but it's one with... It's a Horus Heresy novel, and it's based on a bunch of a bunch of shattered... Damnation of Pythos. Oh, that took me a while to get that one. So, yeah, the Damnation of Pythos. The Iron Hands just come off as massive assholes to everyone. Especially in regards to the Raven Guard and the Salamanders, who they blame for the death of their Primarch, when in reality that if they had actually listened to the Raven Guard and Salamanders, their Primarch may have actually, well, he may have actually lived, and definitely what happened wouldn't have happened. But I digress again, as I always do. But yeah, let me know your top 3 favourite Loyalist and Traitor Legions in the comments below, because I'm honestly interested to see for any trends and stuff, because I reckon a lot of people in, like in terms of the traitors, like the Night Lords and the Iron Warriors, just judging by people I've talked to, while a lot of people on the Loyalist camp seem, in terms of legions, really much seem to like shoot him, seem to like bollocks. Seem to like the who is it? Not the Ultramarines, because not many people I know like them, but the Blood Angels and the Salamanders, I'd say. Everyone seems to quite like them a bit. So yeah, let me know. I'm always interested. I always like to know what people think about 40k and what bits and pieces they like to know. Oh yeah, speaking of 40k, reading through the Badab War books, I read all the sections on Battlefleet Gothic and how to use that, and I was it kind of made me want to play it. I was like, oh, I'd love to play Battlefleet Gothic, have like a couple of battle barges, you know, some strike cruisers. It'd be awesome. And then I kind of looked around, well, I know it'd been discontinued, but I looked around online to see if there was anyone still, you know, selling it, and there are actually a couple of people still selling, you know, the odd bit of Battlefleet Gothic here and there. Quite surprised. But you know, yonder breaks, because I reckon if I had, you know, friends and money to pay for miniatures, but I'd love to do to refight the Badab War, because I love that, but B, to refight the Heresy. You and maybe 20 to 30 players. No, you'd probably need 30 players, actually, thinking about it, because you would need Mechanicum, Dark Mechanicum, you'd need a GM, you'd need... Yeah, probably 25 to 30 players, but everyone has like one legion, and, you know, you have players to play as the Solar Auxilia and the Mechanicum and stuff. It'd be awesome. Everyone would have like secret objectives, like Alpha Legion, you know, ensure at the end of the campaign the result is Chaos Minor Victory, you know, to represent how they want to destabilize Chaos, but also make sure the Imperium loses. You could have, you know, special... there we go. Special rules for, I don't know, the Death Guard, like how Mortaria wanted to get rid of all the Librarians, so have it with, you know, special rule Chaos Major Victory with 0 sorcerers attached or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Everyone would have their own little objectives to go with their legions, and it would just be really fun to do. I'd love to do it. You know, you'd have a bit of fun out of it. Like, I'd try and run it sort of as also as a learning thing. Like, no one would be allowed to play as their maybe top 2 favorite legions to encourage people to, you know, learn about different ones. Like, I wouldn't be able to play as the Blood Angels or the Raven Guard, so I'd collect an army of, I don't know, White Scars, because I've always wanted to do them. So I reckon it would be a lot of fun. I honestly recommend it would. But, you know, you'd need 20 to 30 friends with enough money to pay for Forge World miniatures, which is pretty rare in this day and age. So kind of one of those pipe dreams I have, along with doing Machinima campaigns Machinima style episodes in this game and in Eternal Crusade when it comes out. Just kind of pipe dreams that I have to do with the 40k universe. I reckon there'll be a lot of good potential in this game and Eternal Crusade to do narrative sort of stuff like that. But we'll see what happens when time goes on. Right, well, I don't really have anything more to talk about. And I know you've been going, well, you've had schizophrenic, really weird commentary the entire episode. Which, A, is trademark of me, so, you know, just ignore it. And B, there's kind of not too much more to say, really. I mean, if you liked anything in any of my points and thought they were valid, please let me know in the comments below. Like, say, oh, look, I reckon doing Machinima in this game would be great, you know. Reckon you could do, you know, multiplayer maps and maybe play, you know, have the narrative of a squad going up against, you know, other training room squads or stuff like that. I don't know. I'd love to utilize the Exterminatus mode to tell a narrative story of maybe the trials and tribulations of 4 members of 4 different chapters brought together against their will. Like a Death Watch style sort of thing. Then let me know if you think that it would be pretty interesting. If you like the idea for my Horus Heresy campaigns or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. I actually do read them, you know, guys. It's at the stage when there's, you know, so few people watching that I kind of actually can read all of them, believe it or not. But yeah, I digress. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you had a little bit of fun with this. Apologies that my commentary is so schizophrenic, but it's just part of my character. And I'll see you all again another time.